Welcome to Newsworthy Stories with Jacqueline Jimenez. There is a critical crisis brewing in the U.S. Virgin Islands and parts of the Caribbean. Some 97% of the food and water is imported. Over the last year, the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service and the AMPS Institute has partnered to generate interest in the field of agriculture and conservation among young people through a youth entrepreneurship program. The AMPS Institute is the brainchild of James Amps of AMPS International, and he has gone to St. Croix, St. Thomas, and Puerto Rico, and now he has returned to St. Croix again.
Our world is focused on the building of relationships. Do you think it's all about what you know? Do you think it's all about your education? Somebody says, well, I got a college degree. Well, good for you. What are you doing with it? I talk to a lot of folks who have college degrees who are unemployed. Why? Because they never knew what they wanted to do. You have a chance now, under what we call entrepreneurship and being more creative, to really think about what it is that you want to do.
I can just tell the energy in the room is really incredible. Looking out to the participants, the children, I see excitement. Also, I would definitely express I love all the themes that are coming through already. Teaching the children, talking about mindfulness. That children emphasizes to children the importance of them staying home, obtaining knowledge, the concepts around passion. What does that really mean? Skill building, and for me, also giving the children an opportunity to know the local resources that are available.
Know your audience. Who are you talking to? Now, all of you say, ta-da! All of you, ta-da! Ta-da! That's T-A-D-A, Target Audience Design Approach. Always know who you're talking to. When I get to Atlanta, I already know who I'm talking to. I'm not even there. And then I design my presentation based on my audience.
I'm Sabrina Salters, and I've been with Mr. Amp since 2003. And it has been a pleasure to see the students that have gone through the program and seeing them, thrive and the businesses that they've gone into. So I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to see the things that you guys are going to do.
Mr. Chichester is a fruit collector, and so he's gotten fruits on this property from all over the world, as well as what he mentioned this morning, the custard apple and pond apple, which is an actual native fruit. Not too many native fruits are here on the island, but he has a couple of them in his collection. There are so many fruits worldwide that can be grown here for fruit, for juice, for cooking, for export, a number of things. And these guys are going to be exposed to a number of stuff they've never heard about. And as we've just come in here, we haven't even gotten started yet, and there are a number of plants they're already hearing about. So it's just going to be amazing.
The primary challenge for us here, as I said again, is there. Second challenge, may not be the challenge for you guys on the mainland, is supplies, irrigation supplies, fertilizer, pesticide and stuff. Everything we have to bring in here. The cost is outrageous because you have shipping, you have the cost of the product plus shipping, plus when you need the product, it may not be available because it takes time to get here.
In the cattle business, it's bush. It's just all of bush. Since we have fewer animals, we used to have all the time. When my dad, when we had 1,500 head, we had a lot more employees on the farm. And they would be working cattle during certain days, but other days they'd be cutting bush.
Well, we had our own tractors too.
Yeah, we had our own tractors, and but now you look out there, and it's Cassia, and it's the whole island is just full of
Taking you from really going to have a good education to go get a job, to go get a good education and create opportunities. That's a little different than what everybody else is doing. And that's what we're wanting you to do. And my motto has always been, if you want something that you've never had, you've got to do something that you've never done. And today you all are doing something that you've never done.
So we're gonna press 1 foot. It's gonna go in between our legs.
I've done it before.
What's unique about the AMPS Entrepreneurship Leadership Institute retreat is that it takes its participants to the source. It takes them to farmers to find out what the real struggles are so that the participants can build a business plan around solving it.
Sight to see. All this is his. We are back in St. Croix for the second time. We were here last year, and we decided to come back because the NRCS, National Resources Conservation Service, allowed us to do a second trip in St. Croix and then one in Puerto Rico. And this time we're at an orchard farm, even though he doesn't call it a farm. So he's showing us all the fruits that they have here. And so this initiative is more important than the first one because we have some of the folks who graduated from the first retreat who are now in this retreat as senior participants and helping to move those groups along so that they can build their businesses.
Anona has seeds around a central core. All Anona does. All Anona do. So this is the central core here, and you have seeds around a central core. This one is not fully ripe, but this is what the Anona. This is what most Anona looks like on the inside.
Go ahead. There's a little friend on your waist right there.
A little friend?
Grasshopper.
That's fine. That's fine.
Can I take a picture?
That's why it's a little friend.
Oh wow.
It's not fully ripe, but it's good.
That's sweet. That's sweet. That's sweet.
Well, one of the things is Mr. Chichester is a fruit collector, and so he's gotten fruits on this property from all over the world, as well as what he mentioned this morning, the custard apple and pond apple, which is an actual native fruit. Not too many native fruits are here on the island, but he has a couple of them in his collection. There are so many fruits worldwide that can be grown here for fruit, for juice, for cooking, for export, a number of things. And these guys are going to be exposed to a number of stuff they've never heard about. And as we've just come in here, we haven't even gotten started yet, and there are a number of plants they're already hearing about. So it's just going to be amazing.
Banana and almond milk and some honey. The best drink in the whole world. It goes down very silky and nice. Okay. So this is black sapote. The fruit will get about this big. What happens when the fruit is ripe? It turns brown or almost black on the outside. It's not spoiled. It's still good. Very sweet fruit. I freeze it to make smoothies.
What else did you say? What was the rest of his writing down?
Banana.
If he's
He's
ready
paying
to-
attention. Yeah, he's paying attention.
Banana. Okay, black sapote, almond milk, and some honey.
All right.
Beautiful drink.
What have you learned about just in the few minutes that we've been here on this orchard?
They have many different types of fruits with seeds on the outside that you could actually use, like mountain apples and what was the next one? Pineapples. Pineapple is one of them fruits. And I was like, what? I thought like strawberry or berries would be the type of answer, but no, he said different types. And I'm only seeing, since I only live on St. Croix, never got anyplace else, I've only seen these types. So really and truly hearing about different types of fruits are very, very cool.
You see these cages? These trees were supposed to be as tall as the trees down in the end. And they just destroyed them, so I removed the cage. I had to replace the cage to try to protect them. But as the trees grow, I mean, you have to remove the cage sometime.
So what is your biggest takeaway today?
That there are many fruits, and these fruits have like lines of families, and deer they eat them too.
The primary challenge for us here, as I said again, is there. Second challenge, may not be the challenge for you guys on the mainland, is supplies. Irrigation supplies, fertilizer, pesticide and stuff. Everything we have to bring in here. The cost is outrageous because you have shipping, you have the cost of the product, plus shipping, plus when you need the product, it may not be available because it takes time to get here.
Once you produce fruit or anything, you should have a market already established. And a number of times, some of our clients will be producing material that they can't sell. We don't deal with production and marketing directly, but we help them increase their production. But the goal is to make money off of what they grow. And so marketing and actually developing a business mindset to process, to sell, to harvest, to export your fruit is something that they can be thinking about for businesses.
All these trees that you've seen, I propagate. I propagate from seed and then I graft. Others now might have to pay $60, $65, up to $100 for one tree. I don't have to do that because I could propagate my own. So that's not a challenge for me. But for many farmers, the cost of these trees, and there are very few places that would sell trees to individuals. And those trees they bring in from the mainland, from Florida primarily, and the price is outrageously high. Now, most folks will have to, like I said, will have to buy a tree. I don't have to buy a tree because I could take a piece from a desired tree with desired characteristics and I could graft it on here. You guys know about grafting? Mm-hmm. Grafting is a process where you take a piece from one tree and insert it into another and the two joints and give you that particular tree. So this one was not very nice, so she had to go. In the next week or two, I will be putting more desired varieties on here. I've been marketing my stuff in a roadside market out in Southgate. We go there every Saturday from about 9 to 12. Everything that we have in that Southgate market is locally grown. Nothing is imported, and they like that. So I get a very good price for my commodities,
Oh, let me ask you this. So do you target the cruise ships or tourist organizations with your marketing?
But in the future though, I'm hoping to do what you guys are doing here, what you guys are getting for free now. I'm hoping to charge for that in the future. Yeah. People want to see stuff. And I also got some bees here, and I want to do some of that too. But
well, what about a marketing person, like somebody in the room here? Might be a marketing expert for you.
Marketing agent. I don't pay much though, but I pay in fruits. I pay in a lot of fruits. Oh yes, I tell you what, I take that back. I pay a lot, but in fruits. Okay.
But that's the challenge that they have is that if you're going to open a marketing company, how are you going to get paid?
Yes.
If you're going to market for Earl, how are you going to get paid? Yes. That's what you have to come up with. How are you going to solve that issue?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you barter. You give you fruits, you give them that service, you sell the fruits.
And you sell the fruits.
And your revenue has to come from somewhere.
Right. And I tell you what, and more than likely, you sell the fruit, you will sell the fruit for more than what I give you for. I give you fruits, and I might give you fruits of what, $3. You might get $10 for the fruit. Right. Yeah, and you're making more than I made.
Mm-hmm. But that could be the shared profit.
Yes.
I'm giving you fruit to sell.
Yes.
Now we share the profit.
Yes. So I paid you in fruit, and then you do whatever you want with the fruit. So you'll make a significant amount.
3, 2, 1.
Eco-Red.
James, how you doing? Thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
This family is actually one of the people that developed the Senegal breed of cattle, which is what you're going to hear a lot about. The Senegal is a breed of cattle that was developed right here on St. Croix. And he's going to talk to you about his business operation and the cattle industry. So Hans Lewis.
Good morning, everybody. We had a herd of cattle, and from that we developed a breed that was actually started in St. Croix with cattle that came here from Senegal, West Africa in about 1860. That we call Senegalese. We know the real name. And then one of our dairy farmers here in about 1915 started crossing those cattle with a breed from England called Red Pole. And that breed has no horns, all red in color, good milk production. But the breed from Senegal, West Africa had the heat tolerance for our environment. And by crossing those two breeds, a man by the name of Bromley Neltrop on the East End Island across on the Buccaneer Hotel had a dairy farm there. I'm talking about 100 years ago. But he kept crossing for the heat tolerance of the African breed and the red color and the fullness of the red pole and the milk production. So he had good milk for his customers. And after doing that for 30 years, he had developed a breed of cattle, all were similar, all were red, all had no horns, and so on. And our ranch, Langley Farms, bought that herd in 1949. And now our breed is popular in over 20 countries, from Vietnam to Australia to South Africa to Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, Guatemala, all started here in St. Croix.
Surround yourself with confident people. So, when you talk about Business 101, talks about building relationships. Well, building relationships is also, yes, with your customer base and with your vendors, but it's about having a network of people that you can count on. And that means like the guy who's going to fix your AC, the plumber, the electrician, the generator guy. I mean, it's a long list, and you need to be able to access them because you're going to have crises. And so, learn about crisis management. And crises can be a hurricane, it can be somebody coming and pulling this out and breaking glass and breaking into your place at 2 in the morning. It could be about somebody breaking that whole building in there to break into the office. It can be about all that kind of stuff. Those are your major crises that you need to start to figure out. But the other thing is, you get in here in the morning and the pump's not working. Something else is not working. And so you need to have that network of people that in crisis management, you can have them on speed dial to get it fixed quickly. Because if your place can't operate, it doesn't matter about your customer base, Are you guys on Wampa? Are we on Wampa? We are.
Yeah. So, like you said, how they can take the current out whenever they want. How do you keep
We have a large generator.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a large generator. And that's another reason that, when you get in there in the morning and it's not on, then you call your generator guy. I mean, have his number and to make sure that relationship is so that he'll come to you first before everybody else.
Yeah.
Because everybody else's power is out too, and maybe half of them, their generator's not coming on.
You guys first start showing your business off? Like, how did you start marketing?
Yeah, I mean, our biggest thing is word of mouth. I mean, I have found that I can advertise some and I can do some stuff, but it's word of mouth. I do post some stuff on Facebook. I do some stuff, but not a lot.
Anyone on your team for social marketing?
I am it. I do that. I do the accounting. I do the managing. I do the buying. I do the all that stuff.
Opportunity, right?
Yeah, you don't want any help doing that?
It's very possible. Arlene Ace, who works with us, she's always the one who gets pulled in when he or I needs something. But yeah, love to have your name and number and yep.
That's the business. That's the business you come up with, right? We'll give a pulse.
All right, so today when we went out to different places, went to 2 different farms, and at the Hanley farm, I was able to learn something new about Hans Lewis. His father wrote this book. I purchased the book to learn the history of the Hanley farm. I knew a brief history of it, however, get more detail and learn. You always try to learn more as you go along. So whenever I go to the different tour sites, the Wind Plantation Museum, Cruise and Rum, I try to sit in on the tour so I can learn more, and then of course makes me a better tour guide in distributing the information about the island of St. Croix. Give me his own personal autograph, from his dad and tell me the different countries that where the Sinapole cattle, which originally came from St. Croix, is now in different countries.
So the other incentive for the participants is that there's a pitch competition. Not only do they hear the struggles that the farmers are having, but through these different teams that they've created, they build a business around solving the problems the farmers are having. This is a time that the students come together to put together a business plan that they hope the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service will invest in. Keep watching Newsworthy Stories as we will bring you the finals of that pitch competition. You'll hear the ideas that they came up with, and then you can determine which one was the best.